Hello viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel Physics with Rishikesh. We have started a new series of optics. Today we will discuss about the refraction of light, and in the next class we will discuss about the total internal reflection, and then we will solve different important problems from previous years. Watch the video till the end, and if you like, please hit the like button, share with your friend and subscribe my channel. So, without wasting any time, let's start.
Today's topic is refraction of light. First of all, we have to know the definition of refraction of light. The bending of the ray of light when it is passing from one medium to other medium is known as refraction of light. Here I have written the definition for you. In refraction, two concepts arise at first. This is the separation plane of two media. This is the normal. This is how the ray of light is bent when it passes from one medium to another. We will discuss it. Now we have to know the definition of rare medium and denser medium. What is a rare medium and what is a denser medium? Look, the medium in which the speed of light is more is known as the optically rarer medium. That is, in rarer medium, the speed of light is more, and the medium in which the speed of light is less is known as the optically denser medium. Speed of light is less. Okay? Now, when a ray of light goes from a rarer medium to a denser medium, it bends towards the normal. Suppose this is the separation plane. Okay, this is the normal to this plane, and this is my rarer medium. This is my denser medium. Now, an incident ray is coming along this path. This is the angle of incidence I. After refraction, it is bent towards the normal. That is, this is the path after refraction. And this angle is called the angle of refraction, which is denoted by R. So, what will be the deviation? If this plane is not present here, then this ray will follow this path. But due to the presence of this medium, its path is bent towards the normal. So, this is the deviation, delta. So, the deviation in this case is given by delta equal to I minus R, since I is greater than R. When the ray of light goes from the rarer medium to a denser medium. Now, next case. When a ray of light goes from a denser medium to a rarer medium, then the ray of light bends away from the normal. This is the normal to the plane. Now, if an incident ray goes from denser medium to rarer medium, then it bends away from the normal. That is, it would follow this path. So, the angle of incidence is I, this angle, and the angle of refraction, this is the angle between the normal and the refracted ray, which is denoted by R. Now, what is the deviation? In absence of the plane, the ray of light would follow this path, but actually it follows this path. So, the angle of deviation will be this angle, delta. So, in this case, the deviation will be given by deviation delta equal to R minus I, since R is greater than I. Our next point is Snell's law. The Snell's law states that the ratio of sine of the angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction is a constant, which is called the refractive index of the medium. So, refractive index is given by mu. It is the ratio of the sine of the angle of incidence, that is I, to the sine of the angle of refraction, that is R. So we can write mu equal to sine I by sine R. Now for two media there will be two refractive indices, mu1 and mu2. In that case, Snell's law is given by sine I by sine R equal to mu2 by mu1, that is mu1 mu2. This is the refractive index of second media with respect to the first medium. Okay, now we can write mu1 sine I equal to mu2 sine R. Mu1 sine I equal to mu2 sine R. So from this we can write mu sine theta, this is constant. This is the general form of the Snell's law. Okay, the refractive index of a medium is that characteristics which decides the speed of light in it, because the speed of light in a medium is given by V equal to C divided by mu, where mu is the refractive index of that medium, V is the velocity of that medium, and C is the speed of light in vacuum. Okay, and of course the refractive index is a scalar, unitless and dimensionless quantity. Since we can write from here mu equal to C by V, where C is the speed of light in vacuum and V is the speed of light in a particular medium. So both have the dimension of velocity, hence the dimension of mu will be 0, that is, it is dimensionless. Okay, now come to Cauchy's equation. This is a relation between the refractive index of a medium and the wavelength of light. The refractive index according to Cauchy's equation is given by mu equal to A plus B by lambda square plus C by lambda to the power 4 and so on. But we know the wavelength of red light is greater than that of the violet, that is lambda red is greater than lambda violet, or we can write by using the Cauchy's equation that mu red is less than mu violet, since mu is inversely proportional to lambda square. Okay, this term is very small, so we can neglect this term. We will consider mainly these first two terms. Okay, now the factors on which the refractive index of a medium depends upon. Number 1, the nature of the media of incidence and refraction. Nature of the media of incidence and refraction. Please note down with me. Number 2, the color of light or the wavelength of light. Color actually means the wavelength of light. Wavelength of light. And third, the temperature of the media. Temperature of the media. The refractive index decreases with the increase in temperature. If temperature increases, the refractive index of the medium is decreased. Okay? Suppose this is a glass slab. A ray of light is incident at an angle of incidence I. It is refracted. The angle of refraction is R. So these two angles will be equal, similar angles, and after refraction from the second plane, the emergent ray or the refracted ray will be parallel to the incident ray. This angle is also I. So in absence of the slab, the ray would follow this path. So the lateral displacement is given by D. We have to memorize the value of this lateral displacement. Lateral displacement, which is given by D, is equal to T sin I into 1 minus cos I divided by root over of mu square minus sin square I. Very much important for the mathematical problems. Okay, where T is the breadth of the glass slab and mu is the refractive index of slab. Suppose this is another glass slab. The refractive indices of these three parts are mu1, mu2 and mu3 respectively. The total length of the slab is given by small d and the individual length of the parts are given by d1, d2 and d3. So another important formula for your numerical problems to solve is d by mu. D is the total breadth of the slab and mu is the refractive index of the whole slab. D by mu is equal to d1 by mu1 plus d2 by mu2 plus d3 plus by mu3, and if there is another part d4, then it will be and so on. Okay, now very interesting part. Suppose if an eye is in the lighter medium and an object is in the denser medium, then the refractive index mu will be given by real depth divided by apparent depth. Suppose a fish is in the denser medium. This is the fish at point O. A ray of light is following this path. After refraction, along this path. Here your eye, so this is the lighter medium or rarer medium, whatever you say, and this is the denser medium. Okay, now the eye or you will see the fish at a certain height above its original position, that is, this is the new position of the fish, O prime. If the actual depth of the fish is h, the apparent depth of the fish is h prime, and the lateral displacement is given by d, then the refractive index will be given by real depth by apparent depth equal to h by h prime, where real depth is greater than the apparent depth. Okay, now what will be the shift? The shift d is given by h minus h prime, since h is greater in this case, that is h minus, what is the value of h prime? H prime is equal to h by mu, h minus h by mu, that is d equal to h into 1 minus 1 by mu. Okay, and if the eye is in the denser medium, suppose this is the denser medium where the eye is placed, okay, and the object is placed here at a point O. A ray of light following this path, after refraction it comes to the eye, but actually the eye will locate the position of the object at this point. So this is the original height h, this is the apparent height h prime, and this is the shift d. So the refractive index is given by mu equal to apparent depth divided by real depth, that is h prime by h, where the real depth is less than the apparent depth. So the shift is given by d equal to h prime minus h, that is what will be the value of h prime? H prime will be h into mu h minus h, that is h into mu minus 1. This will be equal to d. Now we will discuss about another important topic, optical path. The optical path is defined as the distance travelled by light in vacuum in the same time in which it travels a given path length in a medium. Let us write the definition here for you. The distance travelled by light in vacuum in the same time in which it travels a given path length in a medium. Okay. Suppose t is the time taken by a ray of light to cover a particular distance in a medium. Okay. Now in vacuum, the distance that covered by the ray of light in that time t will be equal to the optical path. Suppose this is a slab, a glass slab of length x and refractive index mu. A ray of light is passing this slab. Okay. Suppose the speed of the ray of light is c. We all know the value of c is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Now the time taken by the light ray to pass through the medium is mu into x divided by c. This will be equal to t. This is the total time taken to cross the medium. Mu is the refractive index of the medium and x is the length of the medium, and c is the velocity of ray of light, as I mentioned earlier. Now the x is known as the geometrical path. And mu x is the optical path. Okay. So this is all about the refraction of light. If you have any questions or doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. Please let me know how was the video. If you like, please hit the like button, subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon. Thank you for watching this video.